fall on his own sword. That's a bunch of bunk. I bet that's a public spin of Fox News. What if it's true? What if he did it on purpose as a message to me? What if he really did it? Maybe he did a sense of irony of a death just to make a point. He took a photo of it. Y'all, I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm a big fan of the love story between Cleopatra and Mark Antony. But can you imagine if those untimely deaths could have been avoided just with a little bit of communication? What if Mark Antony and Cleopatra actually had texting? They could have avoided that death. But then sometimes too much of a good thing is not a good thing. Could you see it now? Mark Antony gets so involved in his wartime activities that he spends all of his money for new swords but forgets to pay his cell phone bill, and he misses an important text from Cleopatra. Or can you imagine Cleopatra with all of her little homegirls sitting around, don't answer that text from Mark. And of course she's got her handlers on Twitter. They tell her, don't answer that tweet, or they'll go, #Mark Antony is an asp. But Mark Antony, on the other hand, he's much more robust with his social media prowess. He's the guy that just can't control the keyboard. Y'all, can you see Cleopatra chiseling on her little tablet? Mark Antony! And she's putting her eye makeup on. I love you. But Mark Antony does not respond to those texts because now he's figured out her game, right? All of her homegirls been sitting around telling her not to answer the text. He's been so robust. I mean, he's Mark Antony. He's a passionate warrior. He didn't know all these social mores about not answering texts or time frames between texts. All of her homegirls are like, Cleo, you need to friend zone that MA. He's just too passionate. You see the things he put up on Twitter about you? He asked you to marry him and you haven't responded. And she's at home like, I should be listening to my homegirls. She can't put on her makeup, but I want to marry him. I love him. He's Mark Antony, passionate warrior who spent all his money on his cell phone on swords. And she has this moment of realization. I love him. I will come to him with red-tipped sails. I will come to him with purple. Then Cleo realizes she loves M.A. So she's like, I will craft this tactic. I will come visit him on a ship of purple sails and red-tipped oars. I will romance him from the onset as soon as he lays eyes on my ship. I will leave my home and I will come sail forth to see M.A. I will have purple sails and silver-tipped oars. I will romance him from the onset of which he lays eyes on my ship. Then Mark Antony is like, Cleopatra, I'm married. Have I lost my mind? I've been tweeting you these things publicly. What am I thinking? Cleo's thinking, I'm a playa. I already roped in Caesar. I'm gonna do this with Mark. Do a little friend zone on the Marquis, and then I'll romance him with the ship. He won't know what to do. And soon I'll be Queen of Egypt. I'll have to understand, these warriors, they're crazy on the Twitter. I mean, Mark Antony's like, that Octavia, I'm going to set up a faux profile, a faux Twitter profile, and I'm going to make up all these tweets. I will even take pictures of him, and paste them as faux profiles. Much like they did in that Scott Gregson smear campaign in the San Marcos City Council election, I will do that. M.A. gets mad. You know, he's got a little sense. He may be a warrior, but he has a little socio-political chutzpah. So he's like there using native sentiments, trying to pin my romance with Cleo as she's some outsider, that Octavian. His smear campaign. He thinks he's a public relations specialist. I will show him a few things. We're going to set up not only this faux tweet account, But you know what else we're going to do? We're going to create a wormhole. We're going to create a wormhole, and it's going to mess up all of his correspondence on his tablets. His chisel is going to break down in the middle of all these poison pens. Mark Antony, he gets more and more upset. He may be like this brutal warrior, but he is a socio-conscious activist, I guess, if you will say. I don't know, more of an opportunist, but he's kind of a bookworm. People don't know about them. So this nativist attack that Octavia makes starts to really bother him. He's trying to use native. He's calling her an outsider. This is one world. It's one love. There is no boundaries. There are no borders. I will plot more in the middle of all these poison chisel correspondence pieces that he's pumping out. It's 34 BC, people. Me and Cleo, we've got the land rights now. We may build some student housing developments. We may build a shopping mall. Who knows? We may build some upscale student housing and get a pit out of it. Me and Cleo, we've got this whole thing figured out. Even Cleo, she's just like Mark Antony. They're both in the development scene. Cleo's like, you know what? We could get PIDs for upscale executive housing. All of Egypt, the Nile. We could build these big homes for executives. Those students, they come and go. We're going to run out of Egypt money soon and have to burn all of our own clothes just for fuel. So let's go ahead and bring in the high rollers. That's going to be the trick. Marky, he's got a lot of connections from all those swords he's always buying. So I'm sure he can bring in some big military-industrial complex peeps. Their kids could have exclusive schools. In fact, I will create a makeup line just of eyeliner for the ladies. Oh, it will be awesome. That's what y'all get for messing. Octavian, that's what you get. I will now spring forth with some new development endeavors with my home girl, Cleo. Y'all know, karma's always a biatch, y'all. Because then Mark Antony is like, oh no, Octavian's not going to declare war on me. He's going to declare war on Cleo. I never thought this through. I should not have put that wormhole in. I should have stopped with the tweet blasts. That was unethical of me. Ugh, what will I do with myself? I couldn't even pay my cell phone bill last week. Octavian, him and his warfare. He knows warfare on the darn maritime. Why can't I bring him to the forest? Why am I always fighting this Octavian on the seafront? He's better than me. Maybe I can hack into his Facebook account. Maybe that will throw off the ship's bearings or something. That Octavian, he's better than me when it comes to that maritime strategy. I just can't. I don't know. I just have a bad feeling in my gut about this. I should have created another wormhole, but I knew that was unethical. Maybe I'll hack into his Facebook account and send out some faulty blasts to his friends on his wall, and that will throw off his plans. This maritime thing has got me super nervous. That's what Mark Antony's thinking. He knows, and as y'all know what happened, Marky Mark, MA, he got his backside self kicked in that battle. Y'all, Cleopatra's like, OMG, OM gosh, we are losing this maritime. I better get out of here and get back to Egypt. I better delete all of my photos on my profile about this journey. I better change my Facebook status. Cleo's like, I better quickly turn location services off so they cannot track me back to Egypt. This is too crazy for me. I don't know, maybe I should start deleting all those photos of me and MA on my Facebook. Maybe this was a bad idea, being in a relationship with him. And it's public on Facebook, it's on Twitter, and it's even on Instagram. What's this stupid meme about Mark falling on his own sword? I don't believe that. He's such a drama queen. I don't believe that for a second. In fact, he wouldn't be that stupid. I've been with him in bed. He's not clumsy at all. He may be a little passionate, a little crazy, but he knows what he's doing. Falling on his own sword, that's a bunch of bunk. I bet that's a public spin of Fox News. What if it's true? What if he did it on purpose as a message to me? What if he really did it? Maybe he did a sense of irony of a death just to make a point. He took a photo of it. What, do you have a 10-second timer or something on his iPad he used? What the heck is this guy? Is he crazy? Oh gosh, I should have answered that text. That was real. I shouldn't have listened to those homegirls. They always tell me to friend zone him. I was show him. I'll show him. I'll go get an asp and I'll dance around and make a selfie. I'll Instagram it. Let that snake bite me. And then he'll know who's the real ironic biatch in this town. Fact for rhetorical effect, I'll do it before the P&Z. He was such a political tool. I could have done it in front of a road construction crew, but no. I want to make this a political statement of women's rights and irony. MA, you should have thought about this. You should have thought about this. All this drama. You should have never gone for that maritime strike. You knew that was your strong part. You didn't listen to me. I sent you an encryptic text with an emoticon, a bet with water even. How did you not get that? No, you were too busy buying more swords, weren't you?